Hello, everybody. This is Vince Russo. It's Sunday night, and this is Getting Color with the great Vito LaGrasso. And, this is our pay-per-view show because I record the show with Vito on Sunday nights for Monday on the Realm Network and Tuesday on Podcast One. But when a pay-per-view falls on Sunday night, Vito and I cover the pay-per-view. Vito, how you doing tonight?
I am doing great. Pavarotti of hard shots to the body is ready to rock and roll. And Vince, I got to tell you, I had a weekend and a half. I know you'd appreciate this story. All right. I had a kind of a full weekend, especially Saturdays. Saturday was one of those days when you grow as a person, grow as a man. I know you like this kind of stuff. And my day started off kind of in an odd way. Everybody knows I was married before, and a niece of mine had passed away, a young lady I knew when she was a baby, and a nephew of mine had a baby on the same day. Now, as it's both happening, the niece is dying, the baby is being born, so it was kind of mixed emotions for everybody in that family. So I called up, I sent my condolences, and I mean, it was a tough day. Then I got to tell you, everybody knows I have two brothers. I don't really talk about my brothers too much, like here and there. And for the first time in a long time, because I have one brother, his name is Eddie. And we don't really speak too much, or we didn't in the past. We're just starting to make a relationship and stuff. And we spoke for over an hour on Saturday, which was pretty cool. Everybody has their moments, and we talk like brothers. And being an older brother, you do your thing. And at the end of the conversation, I said, that's the longest conversation we've had. And I said, if you start doing anything I told you, I said, everybody's going to tell you not to talk to Vito no more. He started cracking up laughing. So then I talked to my little brother, and he was going through some stuff, and we were talking, and talking to your brothers an hour each on a Saturday, pretty unique, talking about life and talking about stuff. And when you're an older brother, you usually take care of your brothers, you know what I mean? It still goes for today. We went to a Christmas party at the Legion, and we hadn't been out in 2 weeks because my wife has been sick. So we had a great time. For the first time in a long time, my wife was able to sing karaoke, which was a big thing for her, you know what I mean? And I got up and I sang my Sweet Caroline. I sang Sinatra. And here's the part of the story that everybody knows I'm famous for Sinatra on WCW. It was good. Vince told me to make it lousy, but I tried my best. Anyway, there was a gentleman who was there. He's an Marine. He was a power trooper, 72 years old. His wife comes over and she says, my husband knows you from wrestling. You mind coming over and meeting him? So I did. He introduced her. My wife spoke to his wife, and they were talking about life and stuff. So the gentleman was 72 years old, and as I approached him, I noticed like he had some disfigurement on his face, and he had cancer. And he was telling me, how he was feeling. I'm not going to quit. So he was saying, I used to sing karaoke. I used to sing Summer Wind. I said, really? Is that your favorite song? It's my favorite song in the whole world. I used to sing it all the time. So I go up to the DJ booth. I said, listen, play Summer Wind for me. So the music starts, and the guy looks over, and he looks at me, sees me singing Summer Wind. So I actually sang it for the man. Hadn't sang Summer Wind in a long time. So I looked at him. I pointed at him. He had a big smile. The guy was crying at the bar. So I go over, and I said, see, you got things to look forward to. He said, I'm not going to quit. He says, thank you for singing that. I said, I don't usually cry, but that made me cry, and I'm going to get better, and I'm going to sing some karaoke with you when I come back. I said, all right, that's a date. His wife was happy. And just when you think that you don't have, you have the worst problems in the world, there's always somebody who's got worse. And I can't imagine anything worse than losing a child or having the greatest day of your life, having a baby, dealing with your wife who had a stroke, or knowing that you're 72 and you have cancer and you don't know how long you have to live. Talk about an emotional day, and then talking with your own brothers about life and growing up and stuff like that. And pretty something about life, guys. Life is not too bad. there's always somebody worse than you. And I know, like, when you talk about positive things in your life, and Vince is a big believer in that, I think that people need to realize that no matter how shitty life is, guys, there's always somebody worse than you. So Merry Christmas to all those people out there who think they have the worst. Remember, there's always a different side to things, and your life isn't all that bad. As long as you have a roof over your head, you have food on your table, clothes on your back, you have some friends. You know, it doesn't matter if you get a Christmas gift or not. As long as you have your health and a lot of other things, you know, material things don't matter. So being a human being and being compassionate, I think, is something that people don't share. I figured I'd share that with you tonight because everybody needs a hug and everybody needs an uplifting. So for all the people out there who think, you know, you got to be tough or you got to be negative, how about flipping a switch and being positive and posting positive things all day, every day? And I think your life will be a lot happier. You can start your show now, Vince.
That's very good, Vito. I'm glad that you I'm glad that you shared that with everybody, bro. That's a great story, bro. I swear, the great maybe one of the top 3 greatest scenes in movie history was the Pope of Greenwich Village, bro. When they're all playing stickball in their suits, and what song's playing, bro?
Summer Wind.
Summer Wind, bro. Listen, if you have not seen that movie, The Pope of Greenwich Village, I mean, Eric Roberts, bro, unbelievable in that movie, right, bro?
No, he was, and that was probably his first big movie, and that's when he was Charlie. Yeah. Charlie, look what they did to my thumb, Charlie.
What a clip. That's definitely in the library behind me. But yeah, bro, great story. I appreciate that story, and I'm sure everybody listening appreciates that story. And bro, I'll tell you what I did too. You know, you talk about positive, bro. I really sat down tonight. I watched the pay-per-view. You know, bro, we have people that subscribe to the brand. They subscribe to this show. You know, some subscribe to the Realm. Oh, let me say this before I forget. Speaking of Realm, everybody, if you've never been a member of the Realm Network and you've never been a member of the brand, I'm running a Christmas special from everybody here at the brand. It's our gift to you, my gift to you, Vito's gift to you. If you've never checked us out before, from today until the end of December 24th, if you sign up to the brand, realmnetwork.com, that's RELM network.com. If you sign up and it's your first time, you're going to get 1 month absolutely free. It costs you nothing. You could hear a full month of Castrating the Marks, by far our most popular show. It's our gift to you, but you got to sign up between today and the end of December 24th. You'll get the first month absolutely free. That's 4 Castrating the Mark shows. Just go to Realm Network, RELMnetwork.com. But Vito, you know, knowing people pay us good money, you know, bro, listen, I'm not a fan of wrestling these days. I'm not a fan at the WWE, but one thing I am is I am professional. And they're paying for our opinion. So I sat down, I took notes. I got a couple pages of notes. I watched the thing in its entirety. Bro, I went to the bathroom during the Bludgeon Brothers because I knew that was a squash. But outside of that, I pretty much watched the show. So are you ready to talk about this, Vito? I think there's some interesting things that I'd really like to talk to you about. I think we're going to be on the same page about a lot of things.
Go ahead. Let's rock and roll tonight. And by the way, thank you to all the brand members for making this a very popular show. And I'm glad to be part of the team. Getting Color was Vince Cesar's creation. It's a great show for all the people who post positive things and keeping up the downloads and looking at us. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. It's good to be part of Podcast One, the Realm Network, the Russo brand, the Big Vito brand. And to all the fans out there and the people who work behind the scenes, thank you for helping make this a success. Go ahead, Vince.
All right, Vito. We opened the show with the 3-way, which was Rude, Corbin, and Ziggler. I felt this was a very good, a very crisp match. One of my notes, and I've said this before, you know, Bobby Roode's in incredible shape. I love Bobby. I'm a huge fan of Bobby. Bobby is a friend, but I'm not saying he's in incredible shape because he's a friend. The guy's in his incredible shape, and I think Bobby's a little older older than people know he is, but he's in incredible shape. Bro, I give them all the credit in the world, because the predictable finish would have been Bobby Roode pinning Dolph Ziggler. That would have been the predictable finish. They've been jobbing Ziggler out for God knows how long. Bobby's the popular choice now with the Glorious and the whole 9 yards. He's a fan favorite. That was the predictable choice. They did not do that, bro. They went in a very unpredictable direction. They got Ziggler over Corbin, I believe, right? Ziggler did not pin Rudy, pinned Corbin, right? I thought this was good. I thought it was unpredictable, bro, because everybody thought Ziggler was going to do the job. Obviously, I hope they do something more with Ziggler now. I feel like I said that a million times before. But, Vito, here's the question I have for you. This is what it goes back to all the time with the WWE. Here's where the criticism comes. They put this U.S. title on Baron Corbin. Now, bro, if Baron Corbin does not get the title back, if there's not a one-on-one rematch on Tuesday, or if there's not a match against Ziggler at the pay-per-view, whatever, if Corbin does not get this title back, somebody needs to tell me how they elevated Corbin while he had the U.S. title. Because you see, bro, that's the problem. The guy had the title. They put the U.S. title on him. They did nothing with him to raise him up the card. So, I don't know what they're going to do in the future, but I do know this. If they don't put the belt back on him, what did they do to elevate him while he was the champion?
Well, we all said that he had a very mild title run. The competition he was given with, I think it was, I believe, Kalisto. No, not Kalisto. The other Spanish guy. What's his name?
El Matador.
Yeah, El Matador. Now that was a very bland program, guys. And believe me, we talked about this on the show. It was political the way they did this, because Baron Corbin, as everybody knows, had a little bit of heat from Twitter, had a little bit of heat for the concussions lawsuit with the NFL, spoke up on his behalf. Everybody knew he was getting punished. Everybody knew he had his money in the bank taken away. They would get burying the guy just to quiet the critics. They gave him the title. They did not elevate him during the title run, the pay-per-view, where he wrestled The Miz. The Miz was going on vacation for a while. They put him over. On that, they should have catapulted him into some high movie deal, something to elevate him. They didn't. They let him stay mild and bland. They put him in the program with Ziggler and Rude. It was very, okay, so. And, guys, this was definitely a political thing. This was something to shut up the marks, the criticism from the sheets, the criticism from the analysts. It wasn't anything good. You're absolutely right. They didn't do anything to elevate him. The finish was great. I said to myself, now that's a good finish. I like that. Whether he gets a title match back or not, I don't think anything is going to repair the damage he did to himself with the Twitter, with the speaking up for himself and anything. I think he's going to be on a downward spiral the rest of the time there. And I could almost imagine that if he does get a title shot on Tuesday, Rude is going to interfere. It's going to be a mosh. It's going to go to the pay-per-view. And I just think he's going to be mid-card from here on out, Vince. That's just my look at it.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to say, with the finish and everything, I mean, that loss definitely won't hurt Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is going to be the future as the U.S. champion there. That loss won't hurt. But, Vito, here's where they kill it for me, bro. They have this match, a creative finish, a little surprise with Ziggler winning. But, bro, then they go to the back and they interview Baron Corbin. And what does Corbin say? Ziggler cheated. And I'm like, guys, come on, bro. Like, have we ever seen a UFC fight where they interview the loser and the loser says the winner cheated? Bro, we got to get past this stupid wrestling crap. I mean, first of all, what was the point of the interview rather than for Corbin to say something stupid like, "Oh, Ziggler cheated." This is what I hate about wrestling, Vito. We got to get over this childish stuff, bro.
No, it's true. The childish stuff is really lame. And, you know, guys, for Baron Corbin to be this tough boxer, striker guy to come in and say cheated, I would have rather to him see him throw a garbage can. I can't believe I lost tonight. I gotta go do something about this. Get away from me. Not interview. Just throw a tantrum backstage that he lost the title. I cheated. Not exactly tough. That wasn't a tough statement, supposedly coming from a 6'6" monster who's supposed to have hands of gold like Tyson.
Yeah. And that's on the writers. Baron Corbin is not writing his own verbiage. That's definitely on the writers. Then we had our tag, bro. It was Rusev in English against the Usos, against the New Day, against Gable and Benjamin. Vito, you know what my biggest pet peeve is? Vito, listen. Seriously, give me a real number on this. Give me a real number on this, Vito. Bro, if you had to guess how many fights you've been in your life, legitimate fights, as a shoot, what would you guess?
Over 50.
From a kid to an adult, over 50.
Over 50 at least.
Vito, you know what my biggest pet peeve is, bro? I hate this in wrestling. This may be the one thing I hate the most. Bro, I hate when a guy gets kicked square in the freaking face. In this match, Rusev kicked Big E square in the face, and Big E kicked out on 2. Now, Vito, again, if this were real, bro, and somebody got kicked straight in the face in a fight, what are the odds of them kicking out after 2 seconds?
Not too much, because you're having your teeth knocked out, you're having the face, your nose, tearing of the eyes. It's a blow to the jaw. The equilibrium could be off. It's not like you're getting a tap. And I think that's where the realism of wrestling comes out, because everybody's throwing these super kicks. The Usos throwing them like a dime a dozen.
I mean, Vito, remember when it was Shawn, the 1, 2, 3, the stomp? You knew the match was over. The stomp in the corner, the super kick, lights out, 1, 2, 3. So many guys get kicked in the freaking face, bro, and they're kicking out at 2. That is so unbelievable to me, bro. I hate that. I wish for real these guys would get kicked in the face one time just to see how quickly they gather themselves, you know?
Now, you know what? Now, we're going to go back. We talk about Shawn Michaels had the stop. It was the finish of the match when he got hit with the super kick. But who was the guy from the Sportatorium who Shawn Michaels got the kick from? Who was the one who made it famous from down south? I forget his name.
What was it? Was it Michael P.S. Hayes?
No, not P.S. Hayes. He was from the Sportatorium. The English guy.
Oh, the English guy. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember his name. Anyway, guys, if you're gonna go back and you're gonna go look at super kicks, how many people had super kicks in the business, and how many times did it matter? Once you got hit with it, it was done deal. When you watch SmackDown these days, everybody is throwing a super kick. Every match has a kick. Everybody's doing it. It doesn't matter no more. And when Shawn Michaels was doing it, everybody remembers in WCW, I threw a mafia kick. Same thing as super kick, right? Came to WWE, I was throwing mine. I said, Vito, you can't do that here. I said, why not? I said, I've been doing this my whole career. Shawn Michaels does it, and if you do it better than him or anything, you can't do it. It's not allowed. Just like the elbow. I've been throwing the elbow my whole career. Oh, Vito, your elbow looks really good, but Shawn Michaels did the elbow. He can't do the elbow either. So, like, everybody's got a signature move, but today nobody has the signature move, so you're allowed to do it. Things don't matter. If you had a good punch, like I did, and I'm not boasting, I learned it from Bobby Eaton, Buddy Landell. Vito, your punch is really good. Use it as a stop in the match. Throw one punch because you got a great punch. And that's what I used to do. You use it one time. You hit the guy once. You almost drop him. You stand there. You shake your hand. All right. Collect yourself. Get the match going. Vince, I know it kills you. I know from a rider's standpoint, when you see this in the back on tape, I mean, I know the writers are writing, but the agents are agenting, and it's got to drive you crazy because how can you ever get a finish over if everybody's doing it all the time?
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
Then, Vito, there was a match towards the end of the match. They made Gable shine, bro. He freaking dropped Rusev right on his freaking head, bro. And that's a lot of weight, Vito. I mean, Rusev coming down like that. He's not a 205 guy. Oh, bro, Marona, me. I thought he broke the guy's neck. I mean, Vito, I'm not a worker. So I'm just talking about from a novice point of view. As a worker, I mean, did something go horribly wrong there?
It can go horribly wrong, yeah, but that kid is a legit, he's an Olympic wrestler. He's a shooter, guys. He knows his craft. He should be able to do it safely. It looked like he did. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. It was a great suplex. It was a great run of suplexes for him. I think the singer took the worst of it because he dumped him right on his neck.
Oh, yeah, he did too. Both of them, bro. Yeah, man.
But I got to say, now he did the suplexes, and you look at those, and those should have been finishes. Those guys should have been done.
Yeah. Well,
you know
bro,
I mean?
I'll tell you what, Vito, after he suplexed Rusev, if you notice, you didn't see Rusev again. So, I mean, I'm hoping, I mean, everything was okay, but and again, bro, they make this kid shine, and it was, a little reckless. They made him shine only to beat him. And, bro, like, here's the thing to me. Let's really break this down, bro. Like, they've really been getting behind Rusev and this Aiden English and, Rusev Day and the whole 9 yards. When you have a match like this, bro, where there's 4 teams involved and you don't have to beat the freaking Usos, bro, do the Usos really need the belts, or would you put the belts on Rusev and Aiden and give them a little something to get them over? And
they have been developing.
Maybe they're going to do that, Vito. We don't know. Maybe they're going to do that, but I would have thought this would have been the spot to do it because you didn't have to beat the Usos.
Well, you're absolutely right in that, Vincent. I'm going to tell you something, guys. It was a little bit of a cluster in there, and it was kind of a lull until the finish started to go. I mean, Shelton Benjamin really didn't do anything for himself. I thought the character of Rusev and Aiden English was phenomenal, and the crowd response was over the top. Now, if you're going to put a tag team title on those guys and give them a run, and, because those guys were over as baby faces, the Usos are ultimate heel. They are the best team in the team in the WWE. The New Day, they're bland. I don't see Sheldon Benjamin and Gable doing anything else in the tag team division. I could see them splitting and going on their own. I think Shelton Benjamin is they just don't mix.
Yeah.
And the kid, I think, would do better on 205 Live. Shelton Benjamin going back to ladder matches and doing a singles run. I don't know where they put him. The Aiden and Rusev, I think, have gotten such tremendous chemistry together, and the crowd digs them. I could see that going into a championship run or a feud. I like that.
Yeah. All right, Vito, let's talk about the girls. Let's talk about Charlotte and Natalya and the Lumberjack. Vito, I'm sorry, and maybe I'm biased. None of these girls are in Charlotte's league. Charlotte is in a league of a freaking own. And Vito, I got to tell you, with this Lumberjack gimmick tonight, Vito, the cameraman can shake the camera all he freaking wants. Okay, bro? These girls looked so green and so exposed on the outside of the ring. Bro, I just came off an indie show, working an indie show last night, Vito, the Rocky Mountain Pro. So, I mean, I was just sitting through three TV tapings of an indie show. Bro, these girls outside the ring, every one of them are so freaking green. And you sit there and you look at Charlotte, bro. It's like watching freaking Willie Mays and college baseball players. Bro, I don't know how these girls got elevated to that level so quickly, bro. But my God, all of them were so exposed on the outside, except Naomi. Naomi is also a great athlete. I'm talking about all those young girls out there, bro. Ay.
I thought it was horrible. I didn't think they belonged. You could see the one girl with the brown outfit. She was laughing at one point. She had a smile on her face. They just look lost, and they don't look like they belong. And they're not that. You're absolutely right. Charlotte Flair is the elite of the elite, but she's got to mesh with this just to get along. And like they said, they put the three girls out there as fillers to give them somebody new to play with. But I just got to tell you, Naomi is a great athlete. She does have good matches. Natalya is a technical wrestler, but I think her character is kind of blasé. She had a good run. I don't know what the thing is with the crying. I thought she was going to retire.
Yeah, Vito, you know what I hate? And again, Vito, I know my freaking boundaries, and I'm not a wrestler. I don't claim to be a wrestler. I'm not freaking Dave Meltzer and Wade Keller, rating matches. I know as a fan what I look at and makes wrestling look fake. Vito, I got to ask you something. Seriously, let me ask you a question. You got Charlotte in there. You got Natalya in there. You got two veterans in the ring. Okay, bro? Vito, now Charlotte about 6 chops in a row to Natalya's chest. And Natalya is there with her chest wide open, taking every chop. So, like, again, I'm sitting at home as a casual fan, and I'm saying to myself, after she freaking chops you once and she leaves a bruise, wouldn't you try to cover up your chest? And Vito, here's the thing. This is where I get pissed off, because they tend to do things in the ring that they've done over and over and over and over since the beginning of time. Now, Vito, to make it more believable, what about Charlotte gives Natalya that first chop? Anybody, bro, anybody at that point would sell the chop like this. Okay, so just say she gives her the big freaking chop. Natalya sells the chop like this. Well, at that point, Charlotte gives her a punch to the gut to open up the chest again. Then you see what I'm saying? But for a girl to stand there like this when you're getting chopped 6 times in a row, Vito, let me ask you a question. You've been in 50 fights. If one freaking guy comes along and nails you square in the sternum, are you going to stand there like this for 5 more punches?
No, you're going to cover up. You're going to do something. You're going to register it. And that's the thing that the lost art of working is, because they didn't register. It's just like when Dusty Rhodes used to give the elbow. He gives, jab, 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 or he gives elbow, elbow. The guy used to circle around, come back for the big one as he winds up, drops it down for thing. There's the charisma. There's no charisma in her delivery. It's just repetitive and a repeat of something. And it's something that unless somebody's working who's receiving and can take that stroll and come back for the chop, and somebody takes a walk or covers up or gives something like, okay, you got a chop, double axe handle, kick to the gut, back to the chest, come back again, go to throw a punch, friggin' to the shiver to the jaw, punch, chop, back, come. There's a combination series. They don't practice these things. It's wrestling 101, the basics. And that's something they don't practice enough of. That's what you're missing, and that's what the people are seeing. And when you're just going like this, okay, how many times can you do this? Like you just said, it doesn't look good. I have to tell you one thing, okay? Now, you talk about this match, guys, and I'm going to point out something that a thing that got me mad. You have a lumberjack match. Now, on the lumberjack match, you had all these girls on the outside. Everybody beat up Charlotte. Everybody took a shot at her, right? Now, Charlotte not only beat all 6 girls outside because she survived the beating, she beat Natalya, but she actually walked away from this, didn't limp, didn't sell, didn't do anything, and walked up the aisle. And there was no riot squad, nobody waiting for her. And there was no Carmella there with the Money in the Bank. She teased it, but she didn't even get a good tease. And the girls who were there, they were so green. And even Carmella's a little green when it comes to playing this. She should have waved the case, gave it to the referee, go, 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 and then got beat up. But they just don't know because they're green, and it exposed everything. So Charlotte tonight beat every lumberjack plus Natalia. So you could say she went 3, 6, 7, 8, 8-0 tonight. She got 8 victories because she beat them all, and nobody left a mark on her, and that's what got me upset.
Yeah, and also, bro, I just have a note here. The announcers were giving me a huge headache during this match. I mean, I was like, just shut the F up already, bro. Like they, oh my God, I swear to God, please, guys, go back and listen to Lawler and Ross. Please go back because you guys suck. I mean, I hate to say that. I really hate to criticize people, but you suck. I worked with pros. I worked with Jim Ross. I worked with Jerry Lawler. I worked with freaking Mike Tenay. I worked with Taz. I worked with some great Tony Schiavone, for crying out loud. You guys are horrible, man. You're freaking horrible. Go back and learn your freaking craft. Learn your freaking craft. These announcers gave me a freaking headache during this match.
And everybody forgets Gorilla Monsoon, Lord Alfred Hayes, Bobby Heenan, me and Gene Okerlund, Vince McMahon himself. The Macho Man was great on the mic.
Jesse Ventura.
Guys, those are guys people should listen to. If you guys want to be announcers, go back and listen to the old stuff and how things are presented.
Gordon
the way they're doing
Soley.
it today.
Gordon Soley,
yeah.
bro. Who was the other guy? Lance Russell?
Lance Russell. Guys.
Come on.
You're missing the boat.
You guys are horrible. I'm sorry. You're horrible. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say that. All right, Vito, Breeze Dango against the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, this was pretty much a squash. Bro, the one thing I wrote, I mean, Vito, what was that promo at the end? Like, I mean, bro, like, what, like, who wrote that? Like, did a 10-year-old write that promo with crayons and hand it to those guys?
I don't know. I thought the match was just a filler match just to be put in there. And I just, if you're going to put them in there and have them come down and kick the hell out of somebody, or even if the two guys, the Assassination, the Ascension, came down to, cheer them on, and the Bludgeon Brothers laid out all 4 of them, I would have rather have seen that.
Yeah. And, here's another little note I have. Like, bro, who cares about these 12-announce teams that we got to sit there and go through every team? That's WWA's way of putting themselves over. Oh, look, we're global. We got 97 announced teams. Who gives a rat's ass? And Vito, here's another thing I wrote, bro. There's too much with the long packages. The viewer's already there, bro. They already have their money, or they already have their subscription, and they paid for it or subscribed because they've been watching this shit. So all the long packages are doing is eating the time, because they got to fill so many minutes, to meet their pay-per-view obligations. But, bro, we're sitting through packages. We're already there. And I wouldn't mind it, bro, if they were a couple of minutes. Every freaking package is a 6-minute package, man. And it's like all they're trying to do is eat up time. Make the packages shorter and add another freaking match, for crying out loud.
You're missing the point, Vin. They don't have any vignettes during the show of the people preparing for their matches. That's why they're playing these packages. And remember, we talked about this. If we don't have vignettes, we don't have character development, we don't have anybody talking about what they're going to do tonight. If they look, there were so many people involved tonight in the matches, they could have added more vignettes. It could have been more enjoyable to watch, and just sitting there for a TV break. And so a couple of the matches went a little bit too long, and they jumbled everybody in there. You remember, now it's Clash of Champions. It didn't feel like Clash of Champions. But how many people were in the pay-per-views tonight? How many bodies were on TV? And how many people really stood out tonight that you remember?
Yeah.
That's a good question to ask. And I don't think you have that in your notes. Like I said, Rusev and Aiden, they stood out to me tonight because the crowd was behind them. You know, if you talk about, charisma and, accountability for yourself, who else tonight stood out.
Yeah. All right, Vito, before we finish the last two matches, let me tell you about Pro Wrestling Loot. If you're looking for a holiday gift for the pro wrestling fan in your life, Pro Wrestling Loot has got you covered. Grab Pro Wrestling Loot's special $20 holiday box today for that special fan in your life. If you're worried about being on the naughty list for not sending a gift in time, Pro Wrestling Loot has taken care of that. This special box also guarantees to be shipped just in time for the holiday. Pro Wrestling Loot is a monthly professional wrestling subscription box filled with wrestling merchandise. This mystery box comes packed with autographed photos, action figures, t-shirts, and exclusive collectibles you will not find anywhere else. Sign up now at ProWrestlingLoot.com for just $24.99 monthly with no commitment. For all of you first-time subscribers that sign up now, you will save 10% off your first month's box using the promo code Russo, RUSSO. Head on over now to ProWrestlingLoot.com and remember, save 10% off your first monthly box by using the promo code Russo. ProWrestlingLoot.com for the fan in all of us. All right, Vito, here's the thing, bro. You know, people say, Vince, you get on Sami Zayn and you get on Kevin Owens and you get on this. Let me tell you why I get on them, Vito. Let me tell you why I get on there. And let me tell you why they're freaking amateurs. Let me tell you why they're amateurs, okay?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
If people think I have a hard-on for Sami Zayn, I don't have a hard-on for Sami Zayn. I am telling you, as a professional wrestling fan since 1970, that have seen thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of wrestlers from every promotion you can imagine, this guy does not freaking belong. Why does this guy not belong? Okay, let me tell you why the guy doesn't belong. Bro, this is something that I would tell an indie guy after that match. When he came back through the curtain, I'd be waiting there, and this is exactly what I would tell him. Vito, the guy's career is on the freaking line. He's walking to the ring. His career is on the line. So what does he do, bro? He gets in the ring and he starts acting like a freaking goof. Now, bro, you tell me, if your career and your livelihood is on the line and I lose this, I lose my job with the WWE, I lose my income, what am I going to do for work? How am I going to support my family? All these things are supposed to be going through your head. Shane McMahon's in the match. Is Shane McMahon going to screw me? You're going to be acting like a freaking goof. That's what I mean, bro. These are the basic. They don't understand, Vito, the basic fundamentals. The basic fundamentals they don't understand.
You're absolutely right. And for him to act like a goof in there when he walked in, the both of them should have walked as serious as it can be. Serious as a heart attack. Take off their jacket. Take off their shirt. Be ready. Be in the old Steiner position. One kneeling, one on top of the thing, ready to go like a couple of pit bulls, or even jumpstart the match and try to get something going. You're fighting for your livelihood. They told you, you lose, you don't come back. And you're exactly right. There were a couple of goofs, and I didn't like that either. You
gotta put yourself in that moment in time. You gotta get yourself in that freaking frame of mind. Mike, this is why these guys are not professionals, bro. They're not professionals. You got to put yourself in that moment of time. And in that moment of time, the only way you would be acting like a goofball, Vito, is if the fix were in. If you knew the fix were in, okay, bro, then you can act like a goofball. But in this match, the fix was not in. That was not the story. And that's why I get so freaking down on these guys, and I take so much BS from everybody because I speak the truth. That's a rookie move, bro. It's a rookie freaking move.
There's another guy who should be shuffled down to 205 Live. He doesn't belong in the heavyweight scene. He's just not believable. He's too goofy. They have too much of a character. You know, you're going to be fighting here. You're in the main event. You got to come, be serious. And out of everybody in there, I mean, Nakamura, his long entrance. You see Randy Orton. He's serious as a heart attack every time he walks in there. He knows he's going to wrestle. He knows he's going to win. He knows he's got to win. His object is to win. There is no mismatch in there. Kevin Owens, they give him this this character of talking like he's, they're trying to take this away from me. That he's in an angle. Okay, I understand it. But Sami Zayn just is too cocky and jerky and stupid. And like I said, this is not him. This is what they want him to do. But where's the reality of it?
Well, and Vito, you're exactly right, because you're talking about Randy Orton and you're talking about Sami Zayn. Bro, I don't believe when Sami Zayn gets heat on Randy Orton. You're looking at it and it's like, this would never happen Randy Orton would kill this freaking guy, bro. It's so unbelievable.
No, you're right. It's a shame. And when Randy Orton is in there, and you've seen Randy Orton be in there with the best in the business, and he's in there with a Sami Zayn, and he's fighting there to lose a leave town match. I'll put it in that scenario. It doesn't look right. I remember Randy Orton being with The Undertaker and Flair and Batista and Cena and all the rest of the greats. And when he did the Legend Killer thing, he was in there going with these guys. He still has the same look, the same passion, that same burn in his eyes as he did when he first started, 15 years ago, 12 years ago? And he still has the same persona from then. That's why he looks like a pro. That's why he's one of the top guys in the business. Maybe everybody says Randy Orton's shtick is always got. What does he got to change? He's the only legitimate guy in the ring that looks like he can be champion anytime he chooses.
Yeah. And Vito, this whole, to me, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, because this whole, I thought the whole ref thing was a cluster. Okay, Shane, you stay on your side. I'll stay on my side. I thought the whole thing was ridiculous. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to sit here and say, let's see where this goes, because Vito, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, are we looking at Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon at WrestleMania?
You never know, guys. Behind the scenes stuff, it could happen as long as they take care of some business that they need to take care of and everything works out. Could be Daniel Bryan comes. Daniel Bryan wants to wrestle. Daniel Bryan wants out of his contract. The only way Daniel Bryan's going to stay is if he wrestles for the WWE. So, I mean, there are some things that have to happen before that happens. But, I mean, if that's a match that's going to happen, guys, will it sell? Is that going to be the ticket sell? Is that going to be the business? You're damn right it is. And if Daniel Bryan and Shane go at it, what's to say Daniel Bryan is ready to take a bump or ready to get hit or starts to get let loose a little bit in preparation of this? Guys, who knows if Daniel Bryan's going to get fired of GM, come back as a wrestler.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. I don't know where they're going, so I'm going to reserve judgment. Vito, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
And my good friend Rudy refereed this match. And, bro, come on. Rudy's following direction. Vito, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
My first note is, as I'm watching this match, this big match, they've built it up with Jinder and AJ. Here's my first note. My first note is, why would the referee allow the Singh brothers to remain at ringside? Why wouldn't the referee off the bat have sent them to the back? Okay. Now, Vito, how about this? They didn't do that, and the Singh brothers weren't even involved in the finish of the match. So, bro, if they didn't need the guys in the finish of the match, why didn't the referee take control and send them to the back from the get-go?
That's because they did that vignette and they said when they were interviewed, you don't know what's going to happen. You have to wait and see. So that was that was what their out was. But you're right. They weren't used. I predicted it. I said tonight, the only way Jinder Mahal was going to keep this, I was expecting the Great Khali after the Singh brothers got dumped. I was expecting the Great Khali to walk through the curtain, come to ringside, be the big distraction. AJ give him a few shots. Jinder pull him off, give him the finish. There's your champion. There's his run again. That was how I thought that was going to go. That's how I thought it was going to happen. But now that we have this match, you used up the Singh brothers. You used up Jinder Mahal. Where does Jinder Mahal go now?
Vito, I'm gonna stick to my guns. You may think I'm crazy. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I went on the limb
Yeah.
and I said, I went on the limb and I said, there is no doubt in my mind, freaking Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman played their political card and did not want a match with Jinder Mahal because they did not think it was going to be a good match. And I guarantee you, they went to Vince. We saw them bury Jinder Mahal in the promo, and we know Paul Heyman knows better. We saw them bury Jinder. All of a sudden, next thing we know, AJ's in that spot, and Paul Heyman's putting AJ over like he's the second coming of Christ. So there is no doubt in my mind that that was all political. That's why they put the belt on AJ, so AJ could have a good match with Brock, because they did not think Jinder was going to give him a good match. So I said, I promise you, without a shadow of a doubt, tonight the belt is going to go back to Jinder, because the idea was to never take the belt off of him in the first place, but politics got the best of him. Bro, I promise you, because I said that and I went out on a limb, they did not do that tonight. Bro, they have to put the belt on Jinder. They have to, because, bro, if they don't put the belt back on this guy, they totally wasted almost an entire year. And bro, I know they're stupid. I know they don't know how to book. I know they don't have a clue, but I don't believe for 1 second they're that stupid.
Now, Vince, you're absolutely right. They invested a lot of money. They gave this guy a lot of great TV time. They built him up. They gave him the royal treatment, the red carpet. They put a star in the middle of Titan Tower with his name on it. But after tonight, Clash of Champions match, I shook my head. I said, I can't believe they beat this guy. I walked away disgusted. I said, how could they leave this guy hanging like this? He looks like a champion. Yep. He looks the part. He's got it down.
And he's not doing anything wrong. He's not. If I'm the writer of the show and I'm watching his performance, he is not doing anything wrong that would make me say he's not ready to carry the belt. You know, all the things that they say, bro, the guy's doing everything he needs to be doing.
No, you're absolutely right. And, you know, and you're not taking anywhere. And we're not burying AJ Styles in one bit here, guys. We're just talking about a different individual who they invested a good amount of money in, who brought in a good amount of revenue from India, and a guy who increased his value as he went along. Okay, maybe you don't like his style. Maybe you don't like what he's doing. But his character, his presentation, his body says, I have the it factor. And he's going to be wasted like Rusev. Watching Rusev in a T-shirt tonight, that got me upset. The character was good. But when I look at Rusev and I remember the WrestleMania with the tank and the grand opening and the flag, the gold medal and all this, and they're making him a comedy act. Same thing they did with Gallows and Anderson. They came in like two tough son of a bitches. You know, the long jacket, the black jacket, the matching tights with kick-ass guys from Japan. And they made them into a couple of goofs. That's what they do to these tough wrestlers. They're making them into goofs. And they're making them into these guys who they're not believable. Rusev is not a comedy guy. Rusev is a guy who needs to be an ass kicker, because if they start him up, he can go and he can draw money. Hey, you got this guy. They just dropped the title off him. Jinder Mahal. He wears the suits. He carries himself good. He's got a good look, good body, good presentation. What do you do with him now? Where's he go? There's one place to go, and it's down. They're not going to start him up again. Who is he going to go into a program with? I would like to ask you, Vince, if he's done with AJ Styles, who do you put him in a program with?
Bro, nobody. I don't think it's over. I just don't. They can't be that stupid, bro. They could not. This guy has delivered. This guy has done everything they've asked him to do. If they wasted a year's worth of time, I can't accept that, bro. And that's why I don't think it's over. I really don't. Because for exactly what you're saying, who's he going to go work with, bro?
Who are you going to go work with? Now, if we really throw things into the mix and we really want to make things happen, what happens secretly, and I'll say this, and I'm not being crazy. You want to get the guy over? Let's make him a Paul Heyman guy. See how over he really gets.
Well. What do you think overall of the show, bro?
I thought overall, like I said, there were some good points. I thought there were too many people doing too many things. A lot of things got lost in the transition. It was just more of a cluster in all the matches. I understand where they put the main event, the title match as the main event, but it was kind of, I thought that the Owens Zayn match was going to be the main event. And when they switched it, I was like, all right. I said, I don't know how these guys are going to top it because you always save everything for last. They broke the tables. They broke this. They broke that. They went through the ref thing. That was a main event match on any pay-per-view, but they moved it to the semi-main event. And AJ and Jinder extra oomph at the end, and it kind of left it flat. The girls' match, there were a lot of rookies in there. It didn't make sense because they were all beaten up on Charlotte. The one interesting note, I know, Vince, you don't usually watch the pre-show. I watched the Mojo Rawley Zack Ryder match for people who care. I thought Mojo Rawley did good as a heel, and he presented himself good. He had a good, tough look. He came in with a different attitude, a different persona tonight. I thought that was something they could build on. I knew they weren't gonna push Zack Ryder. I don't know where they're gonna go with him, but Joe Riley, he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I thought he was going to get a singles push. Now let's see what they do with him. There's a lot of mixed match things that are still unsaid out there, and they're trying to fit a lot of guys into very little spots with no characterization and no promos to develop their character.
All right. Hey, Vito, tell everybody about collarandelbowbrand.com.
Collarandelbowbrand.com, guys. I have Signature Series shirt out there. You have the code Big Vito. If you're going to use Vince Russo, use the Vince Russo code, that Russo brand. And then we have ProWrestlingTees.com/the Big Vito brand. I have a bunch of shirts on there as well. If you go to my website, guys, BigVito.com, we have merchandise on there. We have an Amazon list. We have a bunch of great stuff on there. We have YouTube, the YouTube channel, the Big Vito brand, guys. A lot of great subscribers. We're doing very well in building the brand. Go out there and check things out, guys. Twitter. Now, if you go on Twitter, it's the Big Vito brand. Please go on there. We can always use the followers. There's a lot of good stuff on there. Then we have on Facebook, of course, the Big Vito brand. Of course, the new hot show that's with the Russo brand is Teen Mom. Teen Mom is something that's really good. It's not about wrestling. It's all doing some good, clean stuff. I got my wife right here. Is going to tell you about Teen Mom, and the co-host of Teen Mom, Noah Holler. Noah, you want to get in here? All right, come on. Get through the crowd, babe. All right, come on. Babe, it's only an hour show. All right, here she is.
I danced too much last night.
All right, there you go. Tell me about your show. I'm giving you the rub. I'm giving you the mic. Go.
Okay. Well, let me move it closer so I can
Okay,
talk
right.
in it. Okay.
Go.
So on Thursdays, my Teen Mom bestie Vince Russo and I talk about Teen Mom with Spilling the Teen Mom Tea, where we review the Teen Mom shows for the week. We talk about Teen Mom rumors and apparently female hygiene. So you're going to want to tune in on Thursday to hear all the crazy stories that Uncle Vince and Annie Noel have to tell you.
Now, without saying anything, do we have any new dirt yet? I know we got a couple days till we record the show, but do we have any dirt yet? Don't tell me what it is.
I have a complete profile on Amber's baby's daddy, and he's worse than Matt. Worse.
Let me ask you this. Did you see how they met?
I heard Twitter.
No. See, I got a scoop on you, young lady.
Wow. Oh, Vince scooped me.
When Matt and Amber did the what do they call the boot camp? What was the name of that show?
Marriage Boot Camp.
Marriage Boot Camp. When they did Marriage Boot Camp, this new guy was the lighting director. So
yeah, he does a lot of reality stuff.
Yeah, so she met him when she was doing that show with Matt. That's where they met. How about that?
Ooh, she's squirmy too, Vince.
Yeah.
She's squirmy.
So that show's Thursday. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. It looks like the guy's got money though. Like I saw some pictures of his pad and stuff. Yeah, so we'll talk about that.
Big money. Yeah, so I got everything, and I got some more Janelle news too.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Vito, this is the last show before Christmas, bro. You know, we're going to, so anything you want to say out there, bro? Any special messages? Any shout out, anything?
Yes, I would like to thank everybody for making this a very pleasant experience for me. I'm new to podcasting. I have a show on Podcast One. I'm very happy about that. A lot of people who follow are very into things that we're doing. I greatly appreciate it. This has been a really revelation for me, and I got to learn a lot of great things. We're going to continue the show. It's not everybody who gets to have a show on Podcast One. I went on the list, Vince, and I actually looked at what we do and who's on there. I see Stone Cold. I see Jim Ross. I see a bunch of celebrities on there.
Oh, Adam Carolla. Adam Carolla's on Podcast One. He has the most popular podcast in the world out there.
Yeah, and like, you know what? And here I am in the mix with these guys, and I have a show with these guys. And like I said, guys, I started this. I wasn't a podcaster. I got to learn as I went along. We built our brand. And then, like I said, the other day I went on there. I said, wow, this is pretty cool.
Shaq is on there. There's a bunch of people on there.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, Shaq, I mean, if Sinatra was around, you know, Sinatra, Big Vito.
The Rat Pack. Hey, Vito, I got to ask you a question because it's been bothering me the whole show.
What's that?
Now, if you've got a cap that says locks,
right?
Does Noelle have a cap that says bagels?
She could when we come back.
Very nice. Okay.
I'm going to have to get a bagel hat now.
Bagel hat.
I'll add it to my Amazon wish
list.
list.
Hey, Vince, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Okay. You know me, I like to take critiquing, and I want your honest opinion from the day I started.
Yeah.
Till now.
Bro, you want my honest opinion?
No, I'm being serious.
That whole Podcast One spiel was a shot at Kenny Boland, and I appreciate that. But let's call it what it is. I don't have a problem with that.
No, because it's Shaq and Big Vito on the goddamn Podcast One.
I think
you didn't realize how big Podcast One was till I said,
I didn't realize.
Look up the website.
Are you kidding me, bro? It's the #1 podcasting network in the United States.
That's a shoot.
But I didn't know. I
That's
honestly
a shoot,
didn't know.
Bro.
I just go ahead.
No, bro. I as a shoot, I love your insights. That's why I wanted you. I wanted you on the show for a couple reasons. Number one, when it comes to wrestling, you know, you've been there, you've done that, you did it for a very long time. You did it everywhere. You know the business. You could be a freaking top trainer at any school in the country. So, like, I knew that. And on the other hand, you're a real guy, bro. There's no bullshit. There's no politics. There's no smoke screen. There's no, you are a real guy. And when something's on your mind, you're going to say it. And I know you're honest and I know you're sincere. Those were the two most important things to me, bro. And I think you've been great.
No, I appreciate it. I just want to thank the people out there who comment and they leave things. I know people get carried away in some things, but you know what, guys? Overall, it's been a real pleasure being a podcaster and an analyst. And, this is life after wrestling. This is what I'm doing now. And, maybe you don't know what's on down the road for me. Maybe I will be that great trainer for a big company. Maybe I will be working in the back. Maybe I will get to work with talent again. I don't know.
Maybe you'll take a karaoke show on the road.
Yeah, the karaoke show.
Very nice.
But if I get to work with my buddy Vince Russo and work for a company, I think we could do some great things.
He can sing.
And I just think the sky's the limit as far as anything.
Bro, we got to figure out how to take all the people of the brand. We've got our brand. Everybody's got a lot of YouTube shows out there. We got to figure out how to take all the members of the brand and have one karaoke show. And everybody gets to do one tune. And then we have a write-in like American Idol, bro. And we find out who the winner is.
Well,
Amen.
I think that we could do this if we put that out, send in your best karaoke stick. 30 seconds or less, right? And they send it to you. You go through it. You put it on. People rate it, see who they want to see, have a contest, and then let the best man or
You
woman
got to
win.
do it like a minute because you got to get that vocal warm up. Vince is with me. He'll kill with Margaritaville.
Yeah.
You got to like, warm up. Josh Hinkle, dude. Big Josh Hinkle all the way.
The biggest problem with that is, and it's funny because I run into that a lot on Castrating the Marks because I write a lot of original tunes. All that stuff is trademark, bro. So every time we play, even if we play the karaoke version, they'll flag it and the bells will go off. And so we just got to figure out a way to get around that. Bro,
I got that. We can sell if you tell the people to do it a cappella.
Yeah.
You're still singing the song, though.
Bro, can you imagine Jeff Lane doing karaoke?
Oh,
I wouldn't know what he'd sing.
Jeff Lane with a bottle and a half of beer down. I can see it. Corona's heavy on the limes. Heavy on the limes.
All right, everybody. I want to add one more thing about Collar and Elbow. They just dropped their winter release beanies, hoodies, all new designs. Don't get left out in the cold this winter. Collar and Elbow will make sure you get all the heat. It's collarandelbowbrand.com. I want to remind you again, guys, you got till the end of Saturday to get your 1 month free. If you've never been a member of the brand before, you've never seen us on the Realm Network, you've never seen the beautiful Noelle, you've heard her, but you've never seen her, you want to Castrating the Marks, no commercials, unedited, unfiltered, you'll get a free month. You just got to go to the Realm Network before 12 o'clock Saturday night, RELMnetwork.com. Sign up. After that, bro, if you want to stay on, it's less than $1 a week. That's it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. Noelle, Vito, thank you as always, bro. I always appreciate it very much.
All good. See you guys later.
All right. I will see everybody tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.